Irvine Community College and Puget Sound Auto Dealers Association have been recognized internationally for its pioneering in finding a new way to deliver technical training for automotive repair.
The playoffs begin, and we begin tonight with a doubleheader at Monroe High School as the Monroe Bearcats in game number 1 on the boys' side take on the Marauders, and on the girls' side to follow, it'll be the Bearcats hosting the Mount Vernon Bulldogs. Hello, everybody. I'm Tom Lafferty along with Bill Kusler. Thanks for being with us. Opening round of the Class 4A Boys District Tournament. And tonight's game brought to you in part by Everett Community College, IRG Physical and Hand Therapy, Skagit Bank, Glass by Lund, the Lake Stevens Ace Hardware Store, Screen Printing Northwest, Erickson Furniture, Frontier Communications, Papa Murphy's Pizza, and by WestcoAthletics.com. Let's turn to Bill Kusler as we get set for opening tip-off. We've kind of gone away with our pregame show, Bill. We're getting ready for some basketball. Should be interesting tonight with both the the Monroe Bearcats boys and girls getting the number 3 spot.
It's kind of exciting for the Monroe community to get to watch a doubleheader going here for the first round of the district tournament. It's going to be a very interesting ball game tonight for the Marauders, led by Kevin Villalobos, who averaging about 16 points per ball game from the outside. Deron Mallett had a big game the other night, only averaging 7 points per ball game, but he came up tough in their last outing, had 22 in that ball game against the Monroe Bearcats, who lost a tough physical ball game to the Snohomish Panthers the other night and are without one of their big men. Alex Spauman was called for a technical foul and then ejected from that last game, and with that ejection came a suspension for the following game. So Spauman will not be available to the Monroe Bearcats, which will really limit their depth on the inside, and we'll have to see if the Marauders are able to take advantage of that in tonight's game.
We're not going to get any pregame interviews, but I did talk with Tyson Horner, head coach of the Monroe Bearcats, as we were setting up the equipment tonight. He said he promised less fireworks than we had the other night.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
Well,
I know. Yeah,
we went to a high school basketball game and an MMA match broke out.
Yeah, I've never seen a game that had 5 technical fouls called,
right.
and that was tough. And I'm sure that's not what Coach Horner wanted to have occur. But Monroe may have learned a little bit of a lesson that you really have to keep your cool. And if they can't keep their cool, even though they're at home, the Marauder team, even though they're coming in as a number 6 seed, could step up and bite you.
Well, and all the coaches we've talked to all season long have said everybody in this league can beat anybody else on any given night.
And then we've seen that all season long. The number of close games and overtime games and teams that you thought were going to be victorious that were knocked off by a team below them, and which I think has made for a really fun year of high school basketball in the Western Conference 4A North for
Let's
boys.
take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First for the Marauders on the boys' side. Mariner comes in at 5-9 in league play, 9-11 overall, finishing number 6. Thus the reason playing here at the number 3 Monroe team. For Mariner, they'll start Ryan Mendoza, 5'11 senior, Greg Whitaker, a 6'5 senior, Kevin Villalobos, the 5'10 junior, also Jalen Hayes, a 5'11 sophomore, and Erwin DeZaco, a 6-foot senior. So Mendoza, Whitaker, Villalobos, Hayes, and DeZaco for Eric Ensign, first-year head coach, and his Marauders. For Tyson Horner's Monroe Bearcats, Andrew Chartrand, a 5'9 senior, Trenton Newhouse, a 5'10 sophomore, Colby Kyle, a 6'5 freshman, Devin Sepich, a 6'5 senior, and also starting for the Monroe Bearcats, as I didn't mark off one of those, I've got a 3, 5, and a 23, Trenton Newhouse, and a 25. There you go, Ren Shore, one of the leading scorers in the Western Conference, leading the Monroe Bearcats. I knew I'd get 5 out there.
So, not a problem. And as I look out at the Marauders getting, we're looking at, it looks like Deron Mallett is in street clothes over there. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I did not hear coming in that he would not be playing tonight. I don't know if he's hurt or whatever, but that would kind of neutralize the loss of Spauman for Monroe as things develop here.
Yeah, Mala's in street clothes, and also Alex Spauman in street clothes for the Monroe Bearcats. We'll take a break, come back, opening tip-off. We start the playoffs in 2 minutes here on Fox Sports 13. Monroe Bearcats. First, the boys game, the girls game to follow. Both games right here on Fox Sports 1380. Riash Kanji, Mike Maines, Rob Neifer are the officials tonight. The ball is set to go up. Nice crowd on hand here for the Monroe Bearcats across the way from us. The world's largest band behind us, Bill. A nice arrangement of the national anthem.
They did a very nice job. I was impressed with the Monroe Bearcat music department.
So they're up beyond they take up the whole balcony now. They just moved everybody upstairs and said, let's put the band up there. Here we go. The ball's in the air, and we are underway here. The playoffs begin, and Monroe will work the ball. They have it first, moving to our left in their home white uniforms trimmed in orange and black. Renshaw, top of the key. Looks to dump it down low to Sepich. He goes, turns around. Devin Sepich, too hard, no good. Back out for Kyle. Then here's a shot by Newhouse. It's up and good. Trenton Newhouse, first 3 points of the ball game by Newhouse on the little kick out after the miss.
And just a nice inside out. They drove in low. They got it to Sepich. He kicked it out beyond the 3-point line. And that's exactly how it was drawn up to get on the board first for Monroe.
Remember, Spauman is not in there. Alex Spauman was ejected from the game the other night against Snohomish and does not play tonight. Here's a miss on the other end by Mariner. And that was taken there by Villalobos. And now Monroe gets it easily. They get it for a backdoor lob inside to Devin Sepich. This time he lays it up and hits it, and it's a 5-point lead for Monroe.
And they just, Mariner caught napping on defense that time as Sepich was able to split through the middle and get an unmolested lay-in.
Mariner moving to our right in their dark navy uniforms with gold lettering and numbers and white trim. They go down low and they'll turn it over. Villalobos turned it over, and up the floor here comes Mariner. Renshaw, pull-up jumper, no good. Too long with a three, but back up, no good. The miss by Colby Kyle. Renshaw grabs the rebound. They'll reload the offense. Long cross-court pass, corner. Newhouse, three on the way. No good. Off the side of the rim. Battle for the rebound. One this time by Mariner. Taken down there by Erwin DeZaco. And out of backcourt, here come the Marauders. A 5-0 lead. We're about a minute and a half in to the opening quarter of the playoffs here. District tournament time. in the Western Conference in the Northwest District. Dribble drive around a bunch of defenders and going in, but missing the lay-in with Jalen Hayes. Renshaw out of backcourt, loses the handle on the basketball. Picked up there by DeZaco. Back the other way we go. Deep in the right-hand corner, then a pull-up for a three ball. Offline right, saw it veer to the right like Bill's golf shot. Ryan Mendoza missed it. He hooked it, and he comes off, and it's going to be controlled by Monroe. Bearcats with it. Shore left wing. Very quickly paced ball game here so far. Chartrand along the baseline. Foul called. First one of the game. And I think they're going to get Greg Whitaker if they got him going by. As Chartrand likes to go along the baseline. Nope. As I said, Jeremiah Bell will pick up the foul. 6'2 senior, his first personal. Jalen Hayes. Jalen Hayes. I thought he said 2-2, but he said 2-3. 23. Jalen Hayes, 5'11 sophomore, first personal, first team, out of bounds for Monroe. Alex Johnson checks in for the Bearcats. Chartrand has it, and he throws it to that door, the third door from the end, because there was nobody on the receiving end of the pass.
Well, Mariner was fortunate there. They've got to figure out a way to keep Monroe off the boards. Monroe getting second and third and fourth shots on their possessions. And on offense, Mariner really trying to get Villalobos the ball. He's by far their leading scorer, trying to post him in low.
He's posting him in low, and he's triple teamed, and the ball's ripped off. Taken by Chartrand up the floor, going in. Kyle kicks it back out for Chartrand. Jumper from 14 feet away. And it's a 7-0 lead for the Monroe Bearcats.
Mariner, trying to force it into Villalobos. He's not covered. They've obviously scouted a Mariner, and they're taking away their number one offensive threat. It's worked well as Monroe has a 7-point lead.
Eric Ensign, the head coach of the Marauders, calls a timeout. We will as well with 5:10 to go in the opening quarter. First round of the playoffs. Right now, Monroe 7, Mariner nothing. This is Snohomish County Western Conference basketball. You're watching tonight on STSPN.com and Fox Sports 1380.
Missing that big guy underneath. Rick, can you go down and ask the coach why he's not playing?
Well, Bill, the question was, why is not the big guy for the Mariner Marauders, Deron Mallett, playing?
Yeah, we need to find that out, but it's really hurting Mariner so far in the ball game as Monroe is just dominating the boards.
Villalobos, one shot, puts it up from about 8 feet away, misses, no good. Monroe gets it, brings it up the floor. Now there's a scramble for it on the floor. Nobody calling timeout. They're going to call a jump ball, and it'll be Mariner ball. It wasn't up to Mariner to call the timeout because they get the possession. So on the floor, on the held ball, it'll be Mariner basketball, yet to score here in this opening quarter. We're at the 4:50 mark to play, and a 7-0 lead for Monroe. Villalobos at the right wing. They tried the post-up job there, and now they're going to call a bumping foul here. Yeah, they're going to call a bumping foul on Alex Johnson, his first personal foul, first team foul.
Well, you can tell already that Villalobos, who's the second leading scorer in the 4A, behind Snomish's Colin Kane, he's really trying to take all the offensive punch up on his own without sharing the ball, and it's just not working for them. He's got to get his other players involved in the offense.
That time a 12-footer by Villalobos. It comes off no good. Another rebound by the Bearcats. And will Alex Johnson put a three in? No, misses from top of the key. And the rebound this time controlled by Mariner. DeZaco brings it out of backcourt. Feeds it left-hand side. Jalen Hayes with a three, buries it from the left wing.
That's what they need to do. If they can establish themselves with Hayes outside a little bit, that'll open it up for the drive by Villalobos. That's exactly what Mariner needed.
Nearly halfway through the first quarter before Mariner gets on the scoreboard. Now Monroe with the basketball, moving to our left. Their white jerseys trimmed in orange and black. Alex Johnson and Renshaw playing catch with it. Now they'll go to Chartrand, back to Johnson again. 12 of the shot clock. He shoots a three, comes up short, no good. Followed by Chartrand. He grabbed the rebound and put it back up and in.
He's the shortest man on the court at 5'8", but he caught Mariner napping, and he knifed in there for that board and put it right in. And that was a tremendous hustle play.
Great. 9-3 lead. To the right side they go. The lay-in up and good by Greg Whitaker. He's the tallest guy on the floor. Whitaker is. They just haven't been able to find him much so far. 9-5 lead. Dolly Parton would be proud. 9-5 the score with 3:23 to play here in the opening quarter. Monroe with a lead and the basketball, but not for long. It's going to be stolen by Villalobos, then stolen back by Johnson, taken back by Shore. Down low it goes to Kyle for the laying up and good. Wasn't exactly the way they drew it up in the playbook, but it worked to perfection there for Monroe.
The big guys from Monroe are very good at getting their body between the basket and their defender, and all they have to do is turn and lay it right off the glass.
11-5 lead for the Bearcats on their home floor. Villalobos has it for Mariner. Marauders moving to our right in their navy blue uniforms trimmed in gold and white. In the corner they go, double team there as they do a lot of trapping. Now to Villalobos out near the center line. 7 on the shot clock. Villalobos kicks it in the corner. Hayes puts it up, rattles and goes.
So Villalobos hasn't scored, but he's got 2 assists on the last 2 times down the floor, so he's getting the ball to the open man.
And Jalen Hayes with the bucket pulls him to within 3. Down low it goes to Renshaw. Off balance, puts it up, no good. Kyle grabs the rebound. Colby Kyle, the 6'5 freshman, he's going to get a lot of playing time with Spaulding on the bench after being disqualified from playing tonight because of an ejection the other night against Snohomish in a very, very emotional, physical ball game. And who do they get? The winner of this game gets Snohomish.
Timeout, Monroe.
Monroe will call a timeout. We'll take a break with 2 minutes and 22 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Our score, Bearcats 11, Marauders 8. Snohomish County Western Conference basketball on STSPN.com and Fox Sports 1380. Okay. Back to action here. Both teams have called a first quarter timeout. It's an 11-8 lead for the Bearcats of Monroe on their home floor. First game of a doubleheader. The girls to follow, taking on Mount Vernon's Bulldogs.
Mariners switched to a 1-2-2 matchup zone.
Trenton Newhouse deep in the right-hand corner. It didn't work because Newhouse just buried it from deep in the corner for a 3-ball.
Well, that's the place that's open. When you go against that 1-2-2, you're going to get some baseline jumpers, and that they did find the open man right away.
Ball knocked away by Renshaw and out of bounds, so last touch by Monroe. 32 on the shot clock. Minute 55 to go in the opening quarter, and Mariner basketball in their front court. Bounce pass on the inbounds to Ravender Atwal. Now give it up to Hayes. Hayes in the right-hand corner. Now give it to Mendoza. Brings it out near the center line. Mendoza hasn't, as the point guard, hasn't touched the ball much. Now Hayes at the right wing. Looking down low. 14 to the shot clock. Good, tough defense here by Monroe. They work the perimeter. Down low they go. And the spin move, laying up and good. Mendoza, a little quiet in the early part, but he got a bucket there and pulls them to within 14-10 lead.
That was just nice patience by Mariner. Didn't force the ball, wait till they get the good shot underneath, and Mendoza with a nice spin move.
Here we go, backdoor lob to Devin Sepich. Early offense by Monroe. He lays it up and lays it in. It's a 16-10 lead. We're coming up on a minute to play in the opening quarter.
Mariner starting to get their offense in gear, but defensively they're really struggling. They've just got to put bodies on men.
Mendoza across the top of the key. 20 on the shot clock. In the right-hand corner goes to Villalobos. Pull-up jumper from 17. Got fouled by Renshaw. That's a good call because Shore put up and then just kind of hit him across the forehead.
Yeah, and it was after the they're going to call it on the shot, but it was after the ball left his arm and he was on the way down, so that wouldn't have affected the shot at all, and he kind of bailed Villalobos out.
2 shots here for Villalobos. First one is no good. Bill, if there's a rumble tonight, I want Jeremiah Bell, who just checked in on my side.
Yeah, he looks like he could protect you pretty well.
Yeah, big kid, Jeremiah Bell, who also plays football, 6'2" senior, into the lineup, battling for a rebound. No need for a rebound there as the next free throw is good by Villalobos. That foul earlier had been whistled on Shore. We had mentioned his first personal, second team. 44 seconds to play, and down low they go. One shot, no good. One more time for Montero. No, he's going to get the ball knocked out of bounds by Mariner. So Now they reset the shot clock. I guess it would be hit the rim. So fresh 35 on the shot clock, 39 on the first quarter clock. Up fake there for the three. Newhouse was going to, and he didn't. He kind of pulled back and said, I'll give it off to Ren Shore. Over the corner to Montero. 25 to shoot. Montero looking to turn the corner around the defender. Ball was knocked out of bounds by Mariner. So it'll still be Monroe basketball. 25 on the game clock, 22 on the shot clock. Devin Sepich will throw it in from the baseline. Looking, throws in way out of the top side again. Now they go to Witham, back out to Shore. Over to the right side to Newhouse. Gets it back, 13 to shoot. In the corner they go, Montero down to 10 to shoot. Down low Witham, puts it up off the window and in. Perfectly run play there. They used a lot of clock and got the last shot. Oh, we'll see what happens here. With 4 seconds, 3 seconds, Villalobos brings it all the way down, puts it up. Foul called with 0.6 of a second to go. And it will be Villalobos. I think Monroe kind of thought, well, that's the end of the quarter. Well, you got to play to the end of the horn.
Yeah, that was a situation where he didn't have a prayer to make that shot, but he made a nice play to draw the foul.
Free throw by Villalobos. First one is good. And he will get another with 0.6 of a second to go in the first quarter. The winner plays at Everett Community College on Saturday against the Snohomish Panthers, the number 2 team in the Western Conference.
Well, so far in the ball game, it kind of shows how this game has gone. Monroe has out-rebounded Mariner 10-2 in the first quarter.
Inbounds by Monroe. The clock sounds with only 0.6 of a second to go. And we're at the end of the first quarter in the first round of the playoffs. And right now it's Monroe leading by 5 over the Mariner Marauders, 18-13. You're listening to the game right here on Fox Sports 1380 and STSPN.com.
We all want to protect our gift of sight, which is why regular eye exams are so important. Regular eye exams not only allow your optometrist to improve the quality of your vision by changing the prescription of your glasses or contact lenses, but also to assess your overall eye health. Even if you see clearly now, it does not mean your eyes are healthy or won't change over time.
It's a great opportunity for the Shoreline Community College to get together with an organization in the city, show off what we can do with the classes that the Shoreline Community College teaches.
Adam Sanders.
The Bearcats will have the ball to begin the second.
The Mariner Marauders, the Monroe Bearcats here in game 1 of our doubleheader tonight at Monroe High School. Still to come, the Mount Vernon Bulldogs and the Monroe Bearcats on the girls' side in the first round of the playoffs. Both Monroe boys and girls teams finishing the number 3 spots in the Western Conference 4A, so they both host games here on this opening round of the playoffs. Here's a travel call. On the inbound, Sepich got it from Montero, and then shuffled the feet and commits the turnover, gives it right back to Mariner. Let's take a look at the first quarter numbers.
Monroe 8 for 16 from the field, 50%, 2 of 5 for three-point range. Mariner 4 of 9 from the field, 44%, 2 of 3 from three-point range, and Mariner hit 3 out of their 4 free throws.
So Mariner gets it, bringing it out of backcourt now. Over the right side via Lobos. He'll shoot, and he'll be too long, no good. Offside rebound by DeZaco. Back out for a 3, and that one will go. That 3 ball by Ryan Mendoza buries it and pulls them to within 2.
It was a 7-zip start for Monroe, but Mariner has slowly clawed their way back into this game. And now another turnover will give the ball to Mariner with an opportunity to tie or go into the lead for the first time tonight.
That time Trenton Newhouse was going to try to split a couple of defenders. They converged on him, and he shuffled his feet. So 2 consecutive trips down the field, down the floor here for Monroe, and 2 turnovers, and a chance for the lead here for the Mariner Marauders. Right side Hayes, as they work over to the left-hand side to Athwal. Out on top again now to DeZaco. Give it off to Mendoza. Mendoza right side, calls to play with the left hand, 13 to shoot. He dribbles into the paint, fadeaway jumper. No, he traveled with the basketball. And that thing went too.
Yeah, that would have tied it up. It was a definite call. He shuffled his feet before he went up for the jumper. But again, Monroe, their offense has gotten really patient. They don't want to run, or Mariner has. They don't want to run with Monroe. Now, Mariner, a little full court pressure, man-to-man.
Chartrand will bring it up. Guarded there by Mendoza. Kind of loose man-to-man on the full court because he easily gets in the front court. They force it into Witham. Witham has it. No, coming away with the basketball is Montero along the baseline. He turns and shoots an air ball. No good. And the offside rebound taken down by Ravinder Atwal for the Marauders, and they have a chance for the lead again. Down 18-16 with 6:28 to play in the first half. Chance for the first lead here for Mariner. Top of the key, Mendoza holds the ball, then goes right side. DeZeko with it. Now Athwal has it into the paint, and he traveled with the basketball. Both these teams kind of a turnover festival here in the last couple of minutes.
Lots of Cashmere Apple Turnover Festival.
That's right. Colby Kyle was trying to check in. It's like they've never checked into a basketball game before. Wait till the official beckons you onto the floor. He's a freshman, so he'll learn. So he was now beckoned onto the floor, so here we go. He's in the lineup. Monroe with the basketball. Up by 2, 18-16. Alex Johnson at the right wing. Dribbles to the baseline. Off balance, puts it up, no good. Battle for the rebound is going to be won here by one of the shortest guys on the floor, Mendoza. Bounce pass forward, right side to Hayes. Hayes changes direction, goes left side to Athwal. Looking down low, instead it goes to Hayes out between the circles. 24 to shoot. Down by 2 are the Marauders. They have the basketball. Jalen Hayes between the legs dribble. Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul. They're going to call an illegal screen here. Let me guess, Jeremiah Bell. It's my guess. Ready? 2. Yes, Jeremiah Bell. He sets an illegal screen getting off the bus.
Yeah, he's a big, strong dude.
So he's called for the illegal screen, and so it will be Monroe basketball throwing it in right in front of us as we are courtside, just above courtside at Monroe High School gym. 5:41 to play the first half, and a 2-point lead for the Bearcats. And they have the basketball. Alex Johnson at the left wing. Looking to the top to Kyle, now to Chartrand. Looks over at Coach Tyson Horner. Both coaches are standing here. Renshaw has it. Down low, it goes to Witham, puts it up off balance, no good, gets his own rebound. Yes, he does. He's surrounded by blue shirts. His teammates are just watching him writhe on the ground trying to get the basketball, but it's going to be controlled by Mariner. Here come the Marauders out of backcourt. Again, a chance for the lead or the tie, down by 2. They have it across the top of the key. Mendoza with it, with directions with the left hand, changes directions, pulls up, and puts it up from 12, no good. Renshaw goes high in the air, grabs the rebound for the Bearcats. Neither team has scored here the last couple of trips down the floor, and he traveled with the basketball.
Actually carried it.
Yeah, palmed it, and another turnover for Monroe. That's their 7th turnover of the ball game. 5 for Mariner. We're at 4:51 to play in the first half.
So the scoring pace, which was going very quickly in the first quarter, is kind of slowed down as between turnovers and tougher defense. Points have been hard to come by here recently.
Bearcats have yet to score here in the second quarter, and the Marauders have scored 1 3-ball. There could be another one. Nope, it's going to be Villalobos along the baseline on the dribble, kicks it back out. Go to DeZeko, back again to Villalobos. To the top of the key to Hayes. To DeZeko, drive along the baseline, goes in, hammers back in his face by Witham, but it's picked up by Athwal, back up and in, and we are tied at 18.
Well, that was good presence, tough defense. Monroe went into a zone defense as Mariner's gone back into a man-to-man.
How did that go in?
Well,
as Renshaw
found that ball in my back pocket and somehow squeezed it up and in there.
He got a scoop lay it up and good around a defender, and it's back to a 20-18 lead for the Bearcats. Ball goes out of bounds, last touch by Monroe, so it'll be still Mariner basketball in their front court with 26 on the shot clock. DeZeko goes in. Mendoza will return. And now Sepic will come in for the Monroe Bearcats. And sitting down is Tristan Witham. Remember, Monroe playing without Alex Spauldman, not eligible tonight because of an ejection the other night against Snohomish on Monday in Snohomish. The last regular season game. That carries over into the playoffs. Here's Villalobos. Kicks it left side to Hayes. Pull up with the right hand. Won't go. Battle for the rebound. Won by Ren Shore. Up the floor. Long pass. And down goes Alex Johnson. He tried to go for the offensive pass interference. Didn't get it. But it's picked up there by Sepic. And the reverse lane is up and good. Devin Sepic. He's not afraid to pick up the trash underneath.
Yeah, one thing that Mariner likes to do, they like to front that inside guy. And Monroe's been so effective of getting the ball past that front. And then all they have to do is turn and they're right at the hole. So Mariner may want to rethink fronting the guys inside and just play between them and the basket.
22-18 lead as Villalobos came down. 1, 2, 3, 4. All 5 white shirts from Monroe were around him. Villalobos, and he lost the handle on the basketball, but was last touched by a Bearcat. Chartrand will go to the bench. Newhouse back in. So Trenton Newhouse and Devin Sepic are in. Alex Johnson, Ren Shore, and Colby Kyle. For the Mariner Marauders, Kevin Villalobos top of the key. Right side to Hayes, Jalen Hayes, back to Villalobos. Atwal is out there, along with Greg Whitaker. Down to 3, down to 2 seconds to shoot. They're still working it. They never did get a shot off. They were working it around. A good, tough defense there by Monroe.
Yeah, that's the kind of the crowning glory of a defense. If you can force a team into a shot clock violation, you know that you've played some really good defense.
Now checking in for the Marauders will be DeZaco, comes back in. So Eric Ensign, first-year head coach, likes to shuttle a lot of players in and out quickly to the Mariner lineup. 2:45 to go in the first half, a 22-18 lead for Monroe, and they have the basketball. Ren Shore kicks it in the corner, right side to Alex Johnson. Stolen away. Knocked away there by Hayes. Saves him going out of bounds in the right corner to DeZaco, and he traveled the basketball. DeZaco saw an open lane to the hoop, and he put it in drive before he took the emergency break off.
Got the ball kind of stuck on his leg and could not get it down soon enough, which is unfortunate because it negated a nice defensive play on the inside by Jalen Hayes.
So here comes Monroe now. Full court pressure. Ren Shore dribbling in backcourt. Now to Alex Johnson, costed the timeline. They're looking down low to Kyle. Back out to Shore. Shore at the left wing. Now he starts the dribble, goes in between a couple of defenders and gets pushed to the floor, and he'll go to the free throw line with a couple coming up here. As physical as this ball game is in, that's only our 7th total foul in this ball game. It's going to be Brian Mendoza, guilty party this time. His first personal foul, 4th team foul, and Ren Shore goes to the free throw line for the Bearcats.
What Ren Shore didn't realize driving in is he had Colby Kyle at 6'5", isolated on Jalen Hayes at 5'11", with a 6-inch height advantage. Couldn't not see him to get him the ball, but was able to draw the foul anyway.
Ren Shore, leading scorer for the Bearcats at about 12.5 points per ball game. And he will get another free throw here. It's on the way, and it is good. So the first one and second one both good. The lead is back to 6 points now at 24-18. With 2:09 to play in the first half.
Monroe in a 2-3 zone now.
And Mariners kind of slowed things down as they slowly came across the timeline. Villalobos between the circle. Boy, he looked at that NBA 3, did not take it. Back to DeZaco. They're leaving him open for it, too. You know he's going to pull the trigger here in just a minute because he is just out there almost by himself when he gets the ball between the circles. 7 on the shot clock. They go down low and inside to the big guy, Jeremiah Bell. Puts it up and puts it in. Makes it 24-20. Monroe now by 4.
Again, very patient.
Ren.
2 different styles. Mariner wants to slow this thing down. Monroe wants to run.
And they do. They run it down low to Newhouse for the lay-in. Nice pass there by Sepic. The lay-in is up and good, and it's 26-20. Monroe by 6.
Monroe's gotten a lot of points off that backdoor cut.
Ryan Mendoza out between the circles now. They put Villalobos down to the very low block. They look for him. Athwal finds him down low. Back out to Athwal again. And the ball knocked away by Johnson momentarily. 14 of the shot clock. And the ball is finally going to be stolen here. Newhouse has it stolen away. And taken by Jeremiah Bell. He gives it to Mendoza. Back the other way we go. It's Mariner basketball. Inside a minute to play in the first half of action. Looking down low is Mendoza. Goes to DeZaco. DeZaco looking cross court. Instead goes back out for DeZaco for a long 3. Won't go. And the rebound is tapped there by Sepic into the hands of Johnson. Up the floor to Shore. Shore in the corner to Newhouse. Down low to Kyle. Everybody's touched it. Sepic looking for it. The bounce pass won't go. Picked up by Bell and grabbed by Villalobos out of back court. Kind of like a slalom up the floor as he brings it to the baseline, then kicks it back out. And they go to Atwal left-hand side. DeZeko along the baseline. About a 1 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. 20 to shoot here in the first half, and a 6-point lead for Monroe. Mendoza, DeZeko, back to Mendoza again. 13 to shoot. Atwal looked at the three, didn't take it. Long cross-court pass intercepted by Shore, then taken back away from him, and then a jump ball. They're going to have a foul, a timeout, or a jump ball. They had about every signal there, jump ball, so held ball, so it'll be 6 seconds to shoot. Well, it can't be. Then there's 5.5 seconds to go in the half. Look at that. Yeah, the shot clock should be dead. But inbounds here for Mariner. Shot clock dead. That's what the official's going to say. Riaj Kanji comes over talking to the shot clock operator. They've taken the shot clock down, so 5.5 to go. They'll inbounds at the mid-court stripe. Atwal looking, gets it to DeZeko, down to three. DeZeko puts it up, partially blocked by Sepic. Back up by Bell, rattles out, no good. Too late, it will not go. As Bell got it, put up the lay-in, missed it, got his own rebound, but by that time the horn had sounded. And a very exciting first half of action.
Yeah, this was a fun game to watch so far, and looked for a while like Monroe was going to run away and hide, and then Mariner came back up, tied this game at 18. Then it's been a little bit more Monroe, but we have a 6-point ball game here at halftime.
And we will come back, take a look at all of the playoff action getting underway here in about half an hour. We're early tonight because of the doubleheader for both the Monroe girls and the Monroe boys. Here at the half, the boys of Monroe leading the Mariner Marauders 26-20. We'll come back and look at the rest of the playoffs here, halftime on Fox Sports 1380.
Mariner 14-7. Monroe led by the 6 rebounds of Ren Shore. Mariner led by the 3 rebounds of Edwin Zenko. Monroe has 9 assists, 3 assists for Colby Kyle, 2 for Ren Shore, 6 assists for Mariner, 2 apiece for Ravinder Athwal and Edwin Zenko. 2 block shots for Monroe and 3 steals apiece for each ball club. Tom?
Thank you very much. About a minute and a half to go before the second half. The girls team for Monroe already out warming up on the floor. They should be joined here by the boys in just a little bit. We'll get set for the second half of action. Our score at the half, Monroe 26, Mariner 20. Second half coming up in 1 minute right here on Fox Sports 1380.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
The Bearcats leading the Marauders 26-20. Again, the winner plays Snohomish on Saturday at Everett Community College at 4:45. First game that day will be Snohomish girls, and they'll take on the winner of the second game tonight between Monroe and the Mount Vernon Bulldogs. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Everett Community College, by IRG Physical and Hand Therapy, Skagit Bank, Glass by Lund, the Lake Stevens Ace Hardware Store, by Screen Printing Northwest, Erickson Furniture, Frontier Communications, by Papa Murphy's Pizza, and by WestcoAthletics.com. So our coverage coming up here on Fox Sports 1380. Tomorrow night, we've got the Everett Silvertips. They are at home, and they will be taking on the Vancouver Giants. 7 o'clock pregame, 7:35 face-off at Xfinity Arena. Then a doubleheader on Saturday. It'll be Snohomish girls and then the Snohomish boys taking on the NASCAR Sprint Cup gets underway, and we've got it for you on Sunday morning, live qualifying at 10:30 a.m., followed by the Sprint Unlimited right here on Fox Sports 1380. So NASCAR getting underway, and then we're back with you next Tuesday night. A reminder, Tuesday night, Mark Ockett and Christy Kingma, formerly of Jackson and the Washington Huskies, will join him on color for a district tournament semifinal games. That should be a real barn burners out at Jackson High School with 4 top-ranked teams playing in that ball game. Those 2 ball games underway now. Monroe Bearcats. Bill, I think we're going to have to go out and watch those games.
Yeah.
We don't even have to work them. We'll watch them.
The 3A girls this year have just been spectacular.
So out of bounds for Monroe as they got it on the inbounds and then threw it. It was touched there by Mariner. So Monroe with it now. And ball went out of bounds. And again, affecting the passing lane, that time was Hayes for the Mariner Marauders, and it'll be Mariner basketball.
Mariners come out with a lot of intensity defensively here to start the third quarter. A lot of double teaming, and that time it paid off.
We're 20 seconds into the second half. That is Villalobos out on top of the key. Kevin Villalobos, one of the leading scorers in the Western Conference. Now to Mendoza, Erwin DeZaco. Back to Villalobos, 18 to the shot clock. They take a lot of time before they get their offense in gear. Villalobos changes direction, kicks it back out. Hayes, open 3 on the way. Rattles off, no good. Villalobos grabs the rebound, swatted out of bounds by Ren Shore. It'll still be Mariner basketball, but high in the air went Ren Shore, and he swatted that basketball out of the hands of Villalobos.
You know, it looks pretty, but it would be so much more effective if when they block the shot, they would keep it in play.
That's true, too. DeZaco on the inbounds. Looking down low. Now everybody goes way out topside. just begging for a backdoor feed. There's nobody, everything's open down here, and they're way out by the center line. DeZaco has it, backing in, switches one way, goes the other way, misses either way. The rebound controlled by Whitaker, back out for a pull-up jumper by Mendoza, and this time the rebound controlled by Monroe. Chartrand out of backcourt, off the fingertips, who touched it last. I think it's going to be off of, it's going to be off of Whitaker, as Johnson kind of, as he was flying through the air, threw it off of Whitaker's backside, and it landed out of bounds.
That was really a heads-up play by Johnson, going full speed to get his hands on that ball and knock it off of an opposing player.
Colby Kyle will throw it in way into back court here, and no over back on the inbounds, and so Johnson will bring it. Now to Witham, he's double teamed as soon as he gets it. Nobody to pass to. Finally, Johnson's open. 3 on the way. No good, rattles off. And a push-off foul is going to be called here, I think on Colby Kyle. The ball's going to be out of bounds for Marin at the baseline. No, they're going to call Tristan Witham for pushing off, trying to get the rebound. Neither team has scored here so far in the second half. First personal foul on Witham. First team foul of the second half. Never got to bonus in the first half. Mariner and Monroe, the winner to actually both teams will play. The losers play next Tuesday as well in a double elimination tournament. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched here by the Mariner Marauders, and so it'll be Monroe basketball.
That time just it's a sloppy turnover, unforced error.
So here is Monroe. Renshaw in backcourt. The Bearcats moving to our right here in the second half in their home white uniforms trimmed in orange and black, and there's a forced turnover this time, as going in with it was Mendoza. He kind of forced the turnover. It went to Villalobos, back to Mendoza. He gets fouled on the way down, and they'll go to the free throw line. And they'll whistle this foul on Andrew Chartrand, the 5'9" senior for the Bearcats. Excuse me, Renshaw. I'm getting about half of the official. I saw the 5, I didn't see the 2. So Renshaw with the foul, his second personal foul.
Mariner's going to live and die by the double team, it looks like, in this half. They forced several turnovers with the double team. If Monroe can break that double team, they've got a man-up situation going to the hole. But so far, it's worked in Mariners' favor as they pulled it within 5.
First points of the second half is from Mendoza at the free throw line. First one good, second one is on the way. Won't go. Shore goes high in the air, grabs the rebound for the Bearcats. Andrew Chartrand, Mariner will drop back and will not force the issue here as they bring it into front court now. Chartrand gets it back from Shore. Deep in the corner, rifles a pass to the baseline to Johnson, puts it up, forces it up over a much taller Erwin DeZaco, and makes it a 28-21 lead, equaling the biggest lead of the game for the Monroe Bearcats at 7 points.
Great body control to push himself away from the defense and get that ball up and over the outstretched arms.
Mendoza right wing, they work it to Bell. Bell now to Hayes, to DeZaco, looking down low, still looking. Nobody cut through there, so they'll work the perimeter again. 13 on the shot clock. Down low to DeZaco. Tried to step through, couldn't do it. To Hayes, back out for a 3. Won't go. 3 in the key is going to be the call, as they got it out to Mendoza, who put up a 3 ball. It didn't go, but they already had called 3 in the key. So a turnover gives it back to Monroe. Now some full court pressure here by the Marauders. Bearcats bring it up. Johnson has it, tries the rifle pass to the baseline to Witham, safe from going out of bounds. But they say last touch by Villalobos standing on the baseline, so it'll be still Monroe basketball in their front court with 24 on the shot clock.
Ken Roberts just walked into the building, the coach of the Snohomish girls, doing a little scouting in this second game tonight.
I understand Lynn Bone of Snohomish is also here watching this first game, because Snohomish boys and girls gets the winner of this doubleheader tonight. The foul is on Mendoza for Mariner, his second personal foul. First team foul. Inbounds now. Chartrand has it in the corner. Turnaround jumper on the way. Won't go. Battle for the rebound. Easily won by Chartrand. Way out by the center line. They'll reset the offense at the 5-minute mark to play in the third quarter. And a 7-point lead for the Bearcats. Colby Kyle, top of the key. Renshaw at the left wing. Dump it down low. Yeah, they're going to call the push-off foul here on Witham. Tristan Witham gave him the old forearm shove, and he got open to receive the pass.
Yeah, and he really didn't need to do that because Bell was fronting him again. We talked about that in the first half, how Mariner likes to front the players underneath, and he really didn't need to push. He had the advantage. The pass was perfect, but he was called, and Mariner will take over the basketball.
Devin Sepich checks in. Colby Kyle checks out.
Alex Johnson reaching in, so another quick foul.
Oh, they're going to get him for a foul. I thought maybe just going to knock the ball out of bounds, but Alex Johnson picks up his second personal foul. And the fourth team foul of this second half at the 4:51 mark to play here in the third quarter. Kevin Villalobos brings it out of backcourt. Johnson is with him. Puts on a little burst of energy. Loses the defender. Pulls up. Blocked again by Shore. High in the air, grabbing the rebound. Off the block was with him. That one, Bill, didn't go out of bounds. That block.
Shore, he's not a really big guy, but he's got a wingspan, and he gets his hand in on a lot of balls. As Shore just at 6'2", but you look over at his picture over the sideline, he can palm the basketball. He's got long arms, long fingers, gets a lot of block shots.
And he's got hops, too. He got way up in the air that time. And then the foul was whistled on Jeremiah Bell. Here's a three on the way, no good. One more time by Shore, no good. He got a three that missed. He had a two that was missed. Did Shore, now cleared out by Mariner. Marauders with it, and they'll reset the offense here. 4:16 to play in the third quarter, and a 7-point lead. We've been stuck on 28-21 for a while as well. Very low-scoring affair here in Monroe. Overplay on the defense. They're going to get Devin Sepich for going over the back this time.
Yeah, I know they want to overplay the ball, but Zako's not going to be doing any damage 30 feet away from the hole.
Yeah. So the foul whistled on Devin Sepich, his second personal foul. Fifth team foul. At the 4:09 mark to play in the third quarter, a 7-point lead for Monroe. It's Mariner basketball. Mariner moving to our left in their dark navy blue uniforms, trimmed in gold and white. Kevin Villalobos deep in the right corner. Now it goes to Mendoza. Pull-up line, offline right, no good. And the rebound controlled by Tristan Witham for the Monroe Bearcats. Shore out of backcourt. Kind of stops as he comes across the timeline, met there by Mendoza. Now he puts on the little burst of speed left-hand side. Goes to Johnson along the baseline. Blocked at the baseline. DeZaco is going to get charged for this one, I do believe, as Alex Johnson falls to the deck. He spends a lot of time on the deck getting pushed around. They're going to call this one. It's going to be on Villalobos. That's going to be his first personal foul. Third team foul. Timeout on the floor. We take a break with 3:38 to play in the third quarter. Our score, the Monroe Bearcats 28 and the Mariner Marauders 21. So Much County Western Conference basketball tonight on STSPN.com and Fox Sports 1380.
Checking into the game for Mariner, number 11.
Parked right there. Welcome back. Tom Lafferty along with Bill Kusler, Pat Castro, and Rick Dana on the stats tonight. Brandon Hamilton at the controls back at the Fox Sports 1380 studios in downtown Everett. Todd Elvig at the controls on STSPN.com tonight on the video feed. And back to action we go. Monroe with the basketball, leading by 7. And they're moving to our right. Renshaw on top of the key. 15 to shoot. He will. Puts it up from three-ball range. No good. Alex Johnson grabs the rebound, and Monroe will reset the offense. Shore to Johnson. Johnson right wing. Looking for somebody to cut through. Newhouse doesn't get it. He changes directions with it. Johnson still with it. Give it to Tristan Witham. Back to Shore again. 21 on the shot clock. He shoots. Misses. No good. Another three-ball attempt. Jeremiah Bell grabs the rebound for the Marauders. Here comes Mariner out of backcourt. Mendoza will bring it across the timeline.
Back into that 2-3 zone is Monroe. Let's see how Mariner attacks it.
It could be the Mendoza line too, but that's a whole different thing. There, I was going there sometime. Mendoza has it up by the center line. Gets it back in the right corner from Hayes. Double team there. Shore picks it off. Rips it off and gives it to Johnson. Saving going out of bounds, but right to DeZaco. So right back to Mariner. Marauders with it. Mendoza nearly thrown out of bounds there. They work it to Athwal at the left wing. 27 to shoot. 2:16 to go in the third quarter. A 7-point lead for the Bearcats. Ravinder Athwal gets the pass, about a 25-foot pass down low from Mendoza for the bucket, and it's a 5-point lead for Monroe. Witham gets it for the lay-in. Nice pass. Devin Sepich saw him lumbering down the floor and said, here you go, big fella, put it up and in, and he did.
Boy, a pair of really good passes on those two baskets.
And we're going to have no shot and a timeout called here by the Mariner Marauders. I think they put that one in too, and they called a timeout as it came into front court. A minute 51 to play here, the third quarter. Our score, 30-23. Monroe leading Mariners. Snohomish County Western Conference basketball on STSPN.com and Fox Sports 1380.
Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Unclogging most internal drains for just $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Monroe, the Bearcats with the lead. And, you lose this game, Bill. The thing is that you're not out of it. You can still go to the regionals and the state tournament. You just have to go through the loser's bracket.
Yeah, always going through the loser's bracket is a much more difficult thing to do. So you want to get this victory. But you're right, it's a double elimination tournament, so they will have either team will have another shot at it.
So here we go. Yeah, the winner, though, goes into the semifinals because Saturday's games are the semifinals for next week's district championship game, which will be on Thursday. Here's a pull-up jumper. Good. Drawn up at the in the huddle that time for for Mendoza. Put it up and in. Makes it 30-25. That's a 5-point lead for Monroe. Bearcats with it. Chartrand across the timeline. Goes to the left side. Looking to pass it off. Mendoza right on him. Out to the top of the key, Montero. Montero looking to penetrate this off defense. Can't do it. 13 on the shot clock. Montero still on the dribble. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Not very closely guarded. Way out by they're working the perimeter here. It goes right side to 5 seconds. Here's a fadeaway that doesn't hit the rim. And it's going to be a shot clock violation here. So nice job defensively by the Marauders.
Definitely. Monroe couldn't get anything going on that possession. They finally got the shot up, but because it was an air ball and didn't hit the rim, the clock doesn't reset. And so with the violation, Mariner, who's been just trying to climb back this entire ball game, has an opportunity to pull within one possession if they can score this time down the floor.
Whitaker, Villalobos return to the lineup for Mariner. Villalobos on the dribble. On him is Newhouse trying to get the steal. Won't do it. Down to 17 to shoot. 44 on the third quarter clock. Villalobos still on the dribble. Goes around the defender. Looked like he walked, no call. Off it goes to Mendoza. Down to 7 seconds to shoot. Deep in the right-hand corner, Ravinder Athwal puts it up from the right corner. Won't go. Kyle grabs the rebound. Long length of the floor. Pass goes down to Newhouse. He goes to the deck. Misses the lay-in. And he'll get a couple of free throws coming up here. Nice job by Kyle. Got that rebound. Saw his teammate Newhouse breaking for the hoop. Found him with the pass, but he missed the lay-in and he crumpled to the floor.
Newhouse, had he given up the ball early, would have gotten a return pass and gotten an unmolested lay-in that time. He elected to go in by himself and did draw the foul.
I miss him on the Mariners broadcast. Dave Newhouse. Sorry. First free throw, second free throw, both are good for Trenton Newhouse. And it's 32-20. Everybody in the building is shaking their head at me. So up the floor. Oh, nearly stolen away from Villalobos. Steps through the defender, puts it up. Too hard, no good. Battle for the rebound, surrounded by white shirts. Ball goes out of bounds. Ooh, last touch by Kyle. So 17 seconds to go in the third quarter. Mariner will inbound underneath their own hoop.
Kevin Villalobos, their leading scorer at almost 17 points per ball game, has not hit a field goal yet and has just the 3 free throws.
And a illegal screen foul is going to be called here off the inbounds. Never even got it inbounded. And they're going to call it here on Erwin DeZaco. That's going to be his first personal foul, 5th team foul. So no time elapses, 17 seconds to go. And here comes Monroe, chance for the final shot and maybe their biggest lead of the game. It's 7 now. It's been 7. Down to 10 seconds ago. Chartrand down to 7. Down to 6. Down to 5. Chartrand still on the dribble. Over left-hand side, Montero down to 2, down to 1, leaning in, puts it up on the run. It won't go. We've come to the end of the third quarter of action. Our score after 3. It's the Monroe Bearcats 32 and the Marauders 25. Snohomish County Western Conference basketball on STSPN.com and Fox Sports 1380.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Bill, some of the questions that I get asked so often, in fact, Todd Elvig from STSPN, we were talking about, how can we play the same teams? We asked the other night, same teams in the league as we do in the district tournament, but here we are, our little burg up here in Snohomish County.
Yeah, that's true. Interesting, Villalobos averages 16 points per game. Dzeko averages 10, so that's 26 points per game for Mariner that has been held to 3 total points between the two of them through 3 quarters.
It's 32-25. Monroe scored 6 points in that quarter. Mariner scored 5 points into that quarter. Here's a turnaround and a travel as Mendoza had it and then committed the turnover. Gives it right back over to Monroe, a chance for their biggest lead. We're 17 seconds into the fourth quarter. Now some full court pressure up the floor. Johnson easily into front court. Closed off at the baseline, kicks it back out. Chartrand with it at the left side. Hook pass out goes to Witham. Back out to Johnson. Open 3 on the way. Good! Alex Johnson, nothing but twine. That opens up the biggest lead of the game for the Monroe Bearcats, up by 10.
Both teams just 2 for 9 shooting in the third quarter. Monroe 0 for 6 from 3-point range. And Mariner 1 for 2, Monroe 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
Bounce pass goes to Mendoza, out between the circles. Both teams will advance. The winner of this ball game will play in the semifinals. Here's a 3 on the way by Jalen Hayes. It will not go. Rebound controlled. Renshaw brings it out of backcourt for Monroe. Bearcats with it and leading by 10. 6:50 to play in the basketball game. Shore gets it after being saved from going out of bounds there by Johnson, and then a whistle here as Witham, I'm not sure, he's kind of doubled over here, and I don't know if he took a elbow someplace you don't want an elbow or somewhere else you don't want an elbow to happen, but he's kind of,
nobody wants an elbow.
No, so he's going to shake it off here.
I like that. Good officiating.
Yeah, so out of bounds for Monroe, out by the midcourt stripe. Fresh 35 on the shot clock, 6:43 to go in the basketball game, and a 10-point lead for Monroe. Left wing Shore. They can afford to take some time off the clock here. They go backdoor to Sepich, and he's fouled. Sepich fouled here by Jeremiah Bell, I believe, as he was going airborne to try to grab the pass. And it will be Jeremiah Bell, the foul, the 6'2 senior. That's his third personal foul. And a timeout called here by the Mariner Marauders. 6:32 to play in the game. 35-25. Monroe leading Mariner. Snohomish County Western Conference basketball on STSPN.com and Fox Sports 1380.
We all want to protect our gift of sight, which is why regular eye exams are so important. Regular eye exams not only allow your optometrist to improve the quality of your vision by changing the prescription of your glasses or contact lenses, but also to assess your overall eye health. Even if you see clearly now, it does not mean your eyes are healthy or won't change over time.
The score with Monroe leading Mariner here in the opening round of the playoffs. We were talking about the district tournament, the way it will end up. At the end of the tournament will be the championship game. But then the loser of the championship game has to play one more time against the winner of the losers bracket game. It's confusing, but only 2 berths and no KRKO play-in game.
Yeah, exactly. Although I would love to see the Wesco and KRKO get together to have a district tournament that involved both conferences.
Here is Monroe with Mariner with Villalobos putting it up. Just nothing is going down for Kevin Villalobos.
And then the rebound taken up by Whitaker. He tries to get the putback and is fouled, so he will go to the free throw line.
And that will be the 7th, I believe, team foul. Alex Johnson picks up the foul, or is that 6? 6 team fouls, so all even up at 6 team fouls apiece. So bonus time the rest of the way. First free throw is good by Greg Whitaker, and the 6'5 senior will get another. Checking in now is Tim Angelos. First time we've seen him. He comes in. Jeremiah Bell goes to the bench. The loser of this ball game again plays next Tuesday night at Everett Community College. Next free throw is good. 35-27 the score. 6:20 to play in the game. Renshaw to Chartrand. Kind of will slow things down. He's double teamed out by the center line to Johnson. Somebody's got to be open. That's Chartrand. Deep in the corner is Newhouse. He's wide open but didn't take the 3. He'll dribble into the paint, kick it over the right-hand side for a 3 by Shore. Skims off the rim, no good. And I think they're going to get Devin Sepich for the pushing foul. Whitaker ended up on the deck. And they're going to send Whitaker to the free throw line as both teams now will be in the bonus, and it will be Devin Sepich, the 6'5 senior, picks up the foul for the Bearcats, his 3rd personal foul, and the 7th team foul. Tristan Witham will check back in now for Monroe, and Newhouse goes to the bench. Greg Whitaker at the free throw line for the Marauders, trying to close the deficit, but 1 free throw and a miss, and it won't go. Witham grabs the rebound. Chartrand will bring it out of backcourt for the Bearcats. Bounce pass goes to Shore. Cross court. But he couldn't be more open as Johnson doesn't take the shot, dribbles in, gets fouled, and is called for the charging foul. He's called for the charge. Bill, he was so wide open there. I didn't see a blue shirt in my purview.
Well, you know, he had an opportunity to take the 3, thought maybe he could drive in, but we've talked about this before. Had he just stopped, taking a 4-foot jumper off the glass, it would have been an easy shot, but he took that extra step and ended up getting the charge. So unfortunate for Monroe, and Mariner gets the ball back, trailing by 8.
5:45 to play in the game. Villalobos calls play number 4 with his hand as he comes across the timeline, which means I'll take it to the right side and fade away from 8 feet and won't go, and Renshaw will grab the rebound. All that means play number 4. Up the floor comes Chartrand. Chartrand's the left wing, saved it. As they work the perimeter right side, Newhouse open 3 off the side of the iron, no good. Witham grabs the rebound. Back inbounds it goes, kind of a behind the back pass as he got it back in. Saved there by Newhouse, give it up to Chartrand. Tyson Horner, head coach of the Bearcats, says let's take a couple of seconds off here. Looking for Newhouse, break into the hoop by Sepich. Ball went out of bounds. Last touched by Monroe. It'll be Mariner basketball.
You know, Renshaw has kind of had an off game offensively with just 4 points, but he has 11 rebounds along with 2 steals and 2 assists, 2 blocks. So he's filling up the stat sheet even though he's had a tough shooting night.
Left side, DeZaco. Mariners still in this one. We're just under 5 minutes to play in the game and an 8-point lead for the Bearcats. Mendoza with it. Now to Villalobos, 15 to shoot. Dribbles into traffic, out to DeZaco, 3 on the way, good. That's a 3 ball from the right side, good, and suddenly it's a 5-point ball game. Full court pressure, Witham has it. Full court pass, out of bounds. And turn it right back over to the Mariner Marauders, and Tyson Horner says, I've seen enough, and we'll take a break with a timeout on the floor. 4:36 to play in the game. Monroe 35, Mariner 30. Snohomish County Western Conference basketball tonight on STSPN.com and Fox Sports 1380.
Gives us a chance again. We have to thank all the great people who helped us put on this broadcast. A Wesco Septic Service. Try them out. awescoseptic.com or call 888-488-5588. Tell them that you heard this ad on STSPN.com and you will get $50 off your next service. They offer 24-hour service 7 days a week with over 25 years of experience.
7 days a week, 24 hours a day, did you say?
24 hours a day. You just call them or go online and they'll help you out.
How often do you get midnight septic service?
Not very often. True Vader. Or often at our house. We have a septic. We're all about septic at the Oshman Messina household.
Little Bert told me he was the one that set up all this happening over at Everett Community College. What a great...
Which is just absolutely great. The years where teams could end up having a home game in the district tournament, Jackson did for a number of years, just didn't seem fair. And when you can have a neutral venue and a beautiful one like Everett Community College, it just adds that tournament feel.
Going in, lay-in no good by DeZaco, who's going to get it. Mariner has it, picked back up by Angelos, off the rim, no good. Battle for the rebound. Angelos had it and then carried it out of bounds. Somebody's still on the floor over there. And that's going to be Erwin DeZaco. Sepich checking in. Colby Kyle took one off the back of the noggin, and he's going to go to the bench holding the back of his head. Already down one big man with Alex Spaulding not playing tonight due to the ejection from the game against Snohomish on Monday night. Inbounds for Monroe. Bearcats with it. Full court pressure. Up the floor, Sepich has it in front court now. 4:10 to play in the game. Now to Ren Shore. It's a 5-point lead for the Bearcats, and they're working the basketball. 20 to shoot. Chartrand out between the circles. Looks left, goes right, still on the dribble, loses the defender, goes cross court, deep in the corner. Those long, high, arcing cross-court passes haven't been working for Monroe tonight.
Now, especially when they're arcing 5 feet over the intended receiver's head. So another unforced error. 22 turnovers for Monroe. That has really been a struggle for them, although they're still leading by 5.
3:47 to go. Mariner basketball still with a chance. DeZaco up big for the three, didn't take it. Jalen Hayes now. He dribbles in, closed off there, surrounded by white shirts, but it goes to DeZaco at the baseline. There's bodies on the floor, and they're going to say, no, DeZaco was, or actually it was Angelos was laying out of bounds when he was touching the basketball, so that'll give it right back to Monroe. Full court pressure. Shore, now to Newhouse. Into front court he goes. Give it off to the Shore ball handler. That's Chartrand. To Newhouse. Up fakes. Put the defenders in the air. Got it to Witham. He put it up. Missed the lay-in. Back up by Sepich. No good. Battle for the rebound. Two Mariner Marauders were battling each other, but it's grabbed by Villalobos. They'll bring it out of backcourt. Down by 5. Villalobos changes direction. Goes down and then got bumped by Ren Shore. Shore's got him nodding his head no, but Riash Kanchi says yes, and it'll be his 3rd personal foul and the 9th team foul.
Now, if he can put down both of these free throws, he'll bring Mariner within to 3, and it'll be a 1-possession ball game.
Kevin Villalobos, second leading scorer in the Western Conference. Been very quiet tonight. First free throw, good.
Villalobos with 4 points, all from the free throw line tonight.
And it's a 4-point lead right now for the Bearcats. On their home floor. Next one, good. Wesco number 6 against Wesco number 3. Monroe, both the boys and the girls with the number 3, hence the 2 home games tonight. The girls to follow tonight here at Monroe High School. Ren Shore brings it up. It's a 3-point lead as both free throws were good. Shore changes direction, goes in without the basketball, and a foul is going to be called. He went in, got stripped of the ball, and then got hit on the arm, and they're going to call this one on Ryan Mendoza, his 3rd personal foul, and the 7th team foul. So both teams in the bonus, and Ren Shore at the free throw line. First one, good. Barely rifles the net, and he will get another here. Waiting for the basketball, and here it is. It's a 4-point lead now. It gets very quiet here in the gym, and it's up and good. 37-32. 2:45 to play. Bring it out of backcourt to Villalobos. Goes in against 5 defenders, missed it. Back up, no good by Bell. Villalobos one more time. Fouled, count it. Count the basket, and he got fouled, and Kevin Villalobos will go to the free throw line. They kept battling. The first one didn't go. The second putback by Bell didn't go. And the third time was a charm there for Kevin Villalobos, and now he'll go to the stripe.
Mariner with a lot of difficulty rebounding in the first half, but on that possession, they got 3 opportunities at the hole and an opportunity for 3-point play.
And it is good. And it is a 2-point ball game, 37-35. Monroe's led by as many as 10 in this ball game. Here's Newhouse, Sepich, Newhouse again. Now to Ren Shore, 26 to shoot, 2:26 to play in the game at a 2-point lead. Ren Shore with it, trying to dribble in, backs away, and a timeout called by Monroe. Boy, both teams have been using up a lot of timeouts. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside. 2:20 to play in the game. 37-35. Monroe leads Mariner. Sonoma County Western Conference basketball tonight on STSPN.com and Fox Sports 13.
It's a great opportunity for the Shoreline Community College to get together with an organization in the city, show off what we can do, the classes that the Shoreline Community College teaches.
In the winners bracket and going to the semifinals on Saturday against the Snohomish Panthers at Everett Community College, or having to make your way through the losers bracket and play 3 games next week, including, every game a loser-out game. That gets nervous time.
Yeah, it certainly does indeed. What a great game we've had. It's been very low scoring, but boy, the effort on the court has been tremendous. Both teams just tooth and nail at top speed the whole time. Monroe was dominating inside early in the ball game, but as time has gone on, maybe people getting a little bit tired. Kind of a tight rotation tonight for Monroe, and Mariner's been able to claw their way back, now down just by 2.
Shore in the inbounds, brings it down, puts it off the window, no good. Battle for the rebound, who's got it? It's going to be won by Devin Sepich. Finds Ren Shore at the baseline, they'll reset the shot clock. Coming up on 2 minutes to play in the game, and a 2-point lead. In the corner, Shore, they find Sepich, turns around in traffic and puts it up and in. Devin Sepich in the place tonight of Alex Spauman, who was not eligible to play, and he put it up and in, makes it a 4-point ball game. 1:45 to play. Villalobos puts it up, off balance, count the basket, and he got fouled. How on earth did he get around the defender, and then he had no choice, and they're going to call Alex Johnson with the foul. That's his 5th personal foul, and Alex Johnson will foul out of this ball game and go to the bench.
That was a beautiful play by Villalobos, going up with his offhand, off balance, gets the shot, can pull Mariner to within 1.
Free throw won't go. Ren Shore grabs the rebound for Monroe. So Monroe without Spauman tonight. Johnson fouls out. So the rotation is getting even tighter. I think this is the 5 you're going with probably the rest of the way. Chartrand, long cross-court pass. It goes to Newhouse in the corner. Now to Witham. Hook pass goes out to Chartrand. Looked at the 3. Looked like he traveled. No call. Down low goes Sepich. Taken away from him by Jeremiah Bell. It's a 2-point ball game with 1:20 to play. Here comes Mariner out of backcourt. Kevin Villalobos looks for a sign from the sideline from his head coach, Eric Ensign. First-year head coach in the district tournament. Left side, Jalen Hayes. Long cross-court pass to Mendoza. Down to 17 on the shot clock. Hayes elevates on the way. No good. Up into the superstructure of the basket and out of bounds. Eric Ensign thought that was going in because he went about 12 feet in the air.
That was exactly the look that they wanted. He was wide open, and had that look for a 3 would have put him ahead and just bounced up and out. But they got the look they wanted on offense.
So here comes Monroe, leading by 2, 1:02 to play. Up the floor, full court pressure. Into front court it goes to Kyle, who's recovered from his earlier head injury. He took a big one off the back of the head. Chartrand has it. Now starts the dribble. Goes left side to Shore, 22 to shoot, 47 on the game clock. In the corner, Chartrand, down to 17 to shoot. Round the corner they go to Ren Shore. Feed it to Newhouse. Looked at the three. Double team there. Dribbles along the baseline. Gives it off to Kyle. Comes off no good. Got nothing out of there. DeZako grabs the rebound. Up the floor it comes. In the corner right side, Mendoza. And a timeout called by Mariner. We're going to keep it right here during this timeout. We're going to take a look at the timeout situation. Because, Bill, it seems like they've been spending them all night long.
I believe they have one apiece.
Yeah, they each have one timeout left.
Okay, the shot clock is dead. Mariner trailing by 2 with the ball at 39-37, and Coach Ensign now talking to his assistants, trying to set up the type of play that you want.
The possession arrow favors Monroe.
Yeah, and if they were tied, they would definitely go for the last shot. But down by 2, you need to give yourself an opportunity for an offensive rebound, or anytime you get a good shot at the hole, you want to take advantage of it and take it. Sometimes when you run the clock down too far, then all of a sudden you get a difficult off-balance shot. So they're going to be working a play, trying to find something, and you got to hand it to Mariner. They really have hung in there, down at 1 point, 35-25. They've outscored Monroe 12-4 since that point to pull within 2 points.
28.5 seconds to go. As Bill mentioned, shot clock dead. Both teams are in the bonus, and actually the Marauders are in the double bonus, if that makes a difference here in the waning moments. A 2-point lead for Monroe, 39-37, and Mariner basketball on the inbounds.
You also want the ball to try to stay in the hands of some good free throw shooters.
Jalen Hayes will throw it in from the far baseline, about halfway up, right around the hash mark. They're going to send one of the cheerleaders out of the way. Here we go. The whistle sounds, looking for the inbounds. They do to Villalobos. On the inbounds, he brings it. 26 to go. Coach says go. Villalobos brings it in. Stops, pops, puts it up. Too hard, no good. Hayes grabs the rebound, back up. This was an air ball, no good. Sepic grabs the rebound, gives it off to Shore. Now to Chartrand. They'll have to foul. Down to 13 seconds to go. And they do. They'll come in and foul to Ren Shore. Boy, they had a look.
They had a look. They had 2 looks, actually. Could not get the ball to drop. And then, boy, Mariner was lucky they didn't get called for a flagrant, because he went over and grabbed his arms around Shore. But now Shore, if he hits 2, this ball game is history. If he hits 1 or none, Mariner would still have an opportunity here at the end. Monroe leading 39-37 with 11 seconds left.
Foul was on Villalobos, his second, 8th team foul, so 1 and 1 here. First one will go. Wow. Shore. He inhaled about 18 tons of oxygen on that one.
Bounce, 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 in.
This one could end it here, save for some really fluky play, and it does. It's good. Timeout called by Tyson Horner with 11.1 seconds to go. And here's what Tyson Horner's saying: don't foul, don't foul, don't foul, don't foul.
You got to be a little careful. I mean, you want to put up enough token pressure that they don't come down and just hit a lay-in, you know, and still putting about 6 or 7 seconds left on. So you don't want to foul, but you don't want them to make a basket and have some time to get a steal after that. And that's their last time out too.
Right.
So if
they got to get it inbound.
Yeah. So if Mariner comes down and scores, they have to get the ball in bounds without calling a timeout. So very interesting strategies that are being employed by both teams. Mariner, I'm sure, will just take the ball and drive it right to the hole.
Yep. You know, I think we got to hand it to Riaj Kanji, Mike Maines, and Rob Knifer. What a nice job officiating tonight.
Yeah, the fact that we haven't really mentioned them is a good thing. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you.
So here we go. Mariner ball at the other end of the floor. So they're all the way to our right. They need to go to the basket to our left.
So they are going to do full court pressure, not to try to steal, but just to try to take time off the clock.
So here's DeZako on the inbounds. It's a 4-point lead. Up the floor, it goes to Mendoza, down to 3, down to 2. Hayes has it, shoots a 3, won't go, ball game over. The ball game will come to a close, and it will be the Monroe Bearcats with a 41-37 win. And so the Monroe Bearcats will advance and play the Snohomish Panthers Saturday at Everett Community College at 4:45 in the afternoon. The loser, so the Mariner Marauders will advance into the losers bracket, and they will take on the loser of Saturday's game between Jackson and either Kamiak or Cascade. Final score, Monroe 41, Mariner 37. We'll talk about our player of the game, and we'll come back with a look at the numbers right after this timeout.